Nice. Natural Sponge and Friends podcast, first ever one. Super excited to be here. Super excited to have all the guys in the room with me tonight. Living the life down here at the beach. First off, want to talk about Diamond Wizards baseball. If not for moving down here and all the people I met before, during, and continue to meet through baseball lessons, baseball workouts, baseball teams, wouldn't have led me to this. And super excited. Again, that's super excited times 4 now, Tucker.
Times 4?
Times 4. I think I said it 4 times.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. But tonight we got our man Ethan Lestor with us tonight, the Lestarator. He is a sophomore at a local high school. He's our little tech guy and basketball enthusiast.
Yep.
To say the least.
I don't play basketball,
But you love basketball.
Oh yeah.
That's like I coach baseball and played baseball for a long time and absolutely not a fan really, because we'll get into that throughout our podcast. But love basketball, big Duke fan. If you're not a Duke fan, a lot of Duke haters out there. Just listen to the podcast. We're not gonna talk about Duke hardly ever, except for Grayson Allen. Anyway, we got our man tonight, the man, the myth, the legend. Tucker Perry is with us, a graduate of Waccamaw High School in what year?
2016.
2016. You're getting old, man.
I feel old. I feel very old.
I'm getting old. I remember meeting you, you were like, what were you, 15?
Probably somewhere else.
So what are you now, 21?
Yep.
21. We also have our guy in the house, BP23. BP, what's up?
What's up?
He's over there chilling on the couch. You texting some girls, or what you doing?
Yeah.
There you go. Very good. Tucker comes with us tonight. He is a Winthrop University, or University of Winthrop University.
Yeah, WU.
Commit out of high school. Right-handed pitcher. And, you know, what exactly, when you signed to Winthrop, what was your ideas behind, why was that your favorite school?
It was D1 pretty much. I mean, they didn't offer me any money, and when I got there, I shared a locker. So.
Really? Who did you share a locker with?
I don't even remember half the kids'
Was it a baseball player or like a swimmer?
He was a baseball player.
So you were on the baseball team?
For 2 weeks.
That's good. What happened?
Well, so basically just my knees were so fucked up by that point that I had to quit.
So that was one of we talked about that before we got on here. What happened with the knee? I remember you telling me about a cadaver, and you named your knees, and apparently at this point you've had 2 knee surgeries, right?
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
Tell everybody, because what we want here, what I want with this podcast with Natural Sponge and Friends is all the baseball guys, our pastor, a pastor in Ohio, one of my former coaches down in Florida, rapper in Georgia, rapper in Florida. Everybody I knew growing up, and friends. Anybody that's in our circle is definitely a friend, and the natural part is everything's wide open. We're just sitting there. Like, if you know me, you knew me back in the day, Tucker, and I was the guy that would get in trouble a lot for not sugarcoating shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially where we're at in 2019, and that's a whole nother podcast, or even, a couple beers later, is talking about where, we are as a society, and with technology and presidential elections and politics and all that crap, dude. But, natural is what you're going to get with me from top to bottom. If I'm going to think about it and process it, and whatever comes out, and it's going to be natural, it's going to be real, and it's going to be raw. With the Sponge, been very blessed to meet my beautiful bride, and the kids call me Sponge. They dropped the Bob, though. It was SpongeBob for like a week, and then McKinley Gruesome dropped the Bob, so now it's just Sponge.
Just because she couldn't pronounce it right? Or?
I don't know. It's just SpongeBob.
You don't look like a Bob.
I don't know. Maybe do I look like a Bob?
No.
I feel like I look more like a Mike, or like a Jim. Maybe
some like New York.
Yeah, like I could do a mad New York accent, dude. Like, go get some pies. You know what I mean? Go up there to Vinny's and get some pies and some strombolis. That'd be money, dude. But no, back to you. The knees.
The knees
The knees with your cadavers.
You can't tell my story without the knees. So basically, which my knees had always been shit, like growing up, but it really didn't happen until I really fucked it up playing basketball actually against St. James.
Oh, so you were on the basketball team too?
Yeah.
I remember you played that one year. Isn't Shaw on the team too? Well, he's younger than you.
Yeah, he's a lot younger than me.
Okay.
But not to name drop.
Right.
Shaw could be anybody. But I fucked up. So basically, I stepped on somebody's foot, and usually like you twist your ankle doing that, but I had my right ankle taped up so much that my knee kind of just caved in, and when it pushed, it kind of like scraped the cartilage out.
So it took like the impact of everything.
Yeah. So, and I even ended up playing baseball that next spring, and then
was that your junior year or senior year?
Senior year. So I was planning to go to Winthrop, and like they gave me a summer workout program. I was like,
so we had the Merle's Inlet Den at that point, right?
That's yeah,
threw a couple pins, and I remember okay.
And so I get to Winthrop, dude, and I'm just so far, and I'm not like a big like well-conditioned guy anyway, and then add on to it with the fucking knees, it's just a shit show. And
well, not to interrupt, but you're not well conditioned. You're what, 6'8" and 225? Like, what are you though? Like you're 6 what?
6'3".
There's no shot you're 6'3". Easily 6'4". What do you think, Lester?
I haven't seen him standing up, but he's easily.
Stand up. Stand up in the bonus podcast room.
Yeah,
like
you're easily 6'4".
The fan is hitting the top of Tucker's button on his cap. He's 6 what?
6'4".
6'4", easy. All right, how much you weigh?
205 right now.
So that's just God given.
God
given.
God giveth and taketh.
There you go.
All at the same time. Yeah, but so I get to Winthrop with an already fucked knee, and I remember one time we had this dude named Mike Rhodes. He was our strength coach, and we were doing sprints one day, and everybody's like 20 yards ahead of me, and he comes up behind me and goes, "What the fuck was that?" I'm like, dude, I don't know what you want from me. Like my fucking like my shit's killing me, dude. Like I could barely walk at this point. And then I ended up talking to the coach, and I was like, yeah, dude, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like my shit's fucked. Like you can see it. I know you can see it. And, you know, usually, like, you play it out in your head that, like, the coach is going to be like, dude, no, like, we want you here for a reason. He's like,
right, stay here with us.
Yeah, he was just like, all right, you can grab your stuff. You can take your stuff if you born it.
Jeez.
Yeah. He's just like, you might as well just quit now before you ruin yourself.
So anybody listens to this that knows me as a baseball guy, Tucker Perry is a guy I will take to war with every day. A hurt Tucker Perry, a healthy Tucker Perry. No matter who it is, I'm taking Tucker with me to war every day, and he just tells you to just all right later. Like you're expecting him to say, "Look, we'll work you through this. We'll go to our trainer.
For sure.
We'll find a good surgeon if need be."
Yeah.
And you're just like, they're just like, peace.
Yeah.
So where are you at though? Because I went through quite a few injuries in my career. Like, so I know where my head was, and it was. You know, I'm lucky to be where I am now to be able to talk to guys and help them through anything, like a family member dying or an injury or even a girlfriend breakup, for heaven's sakes. You know what I mean? Like guys go through everything. They need a guy out there to help them through stuff. You know, I know where I was during mine. I know where my mind goes. You know, thinking about where during that same situation,
mm-hmm.
where did your mind go as soon as he just like peace and walks out the room?
Well, I mean, it was just interesting, but it really didn't bother me. I was just kind of like, all right, like I need to get my shit together now and figure out like if I can still play baseball, what surgeries I need to do and stuff like that. Because I had already talked to a doctor before who had told me that like there was like almost like nothing he could do or whatever.
So this is like 3 years going on, right? At the time, or 2 years going on?
From my knee hurting to like probably about a year. Just a year. Okay. But I mean, like I had always known I had dog shit knees. I didn't know it was like to that extent. And then so we ended up a month later, I ended up getting a surgery, which is really funny because you have to. Well, it's not funny, but you have to have a cadaver. So basically, if you're stupid, it's like a dead person's part that has to match up with your. And it's a cartilage too.
So is that like bone density, blood type? What like?
I don't
how
know
do you
what
match
the.
that?
I don't know what the ramifications are. I guess it's just like knee size.
Ramifications. My guys. I told you.
Lester, could you look that up?
Ramification?
Yeah. Lester's going to look up ramifications, and then he's going to give you the Webster Dictionary version.
Did I say ramifications?
You said.
I don't think it fits in the way I used it.
I think it does. It sounded good.
It's a consequence of an action or event, especially when complex or unwelcome.
I think that's good. I
Checks
think you
out.
sound smart.
But it was funny because the doctor comes up. He's like, "Great, man, we got a match. I'm like, "That's great." He's like, "Yeah, Andy was 16, so it was really young. That's good for you." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's fucking horrible." Yeah.
I don't even want to ask because anybody out there listening to this, you're going to find out later that we tried to start this earlier and we all lost our mind laughing at this big goofy guy over here, Tucker Perry, laughing at him. And I don't even want to ask, but I have to ask. How did Andy die?
How did Andy?
Wait, the dog?
You said Andy, right?
The dog?
No.
No.
The cadaver guy.
The cadaver guy? No, I don't even know his name. They don't even
Did
give
you
you
just
the
say
name.
Andy?
Did I say Andy?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said Andy.
No, I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure the way the doctor was talking, I'm sure he'd be glad to tell me, like, yeah, they had to scrape his brain off the sidewalk.
So he was super pumped about it.
Yeah, dude, he's just like high-fiving all the doctors as he's walking into but
It's like me after a Duke win, going through like slapping hands, like,
Yeah.
let's go.
And but it's a really weird situation to be in because obviously you want to get fixed, but also at the same time somebody has to die for you to be able to get fixed. So it's like a weird thing to.
No, I know, and not throwing you under the bus at all, but I know for you, that's probably a little bit easier to deal with than some guys. not that Tucker is like a, Satanist or nothing. Like Tucker's he's a realist, and that's why he is on the first ever, and that's why I was so pumped about putting him on the first ever Natural Sponge podcast. Is he's supernatural, dude. He's an awesome dude. Tells it like it is. But like at any times, did you feel any? What's the word? Ramifications.
Ramifications.
Did you feel any ramifications?
Any consequences?
Yeah. Of just like, is that weird to you that like you have another person's? Now it's two knees. We'll get to that, but
Yeah.
you have two different bones from two different people in your body.
Yeah, but it's. I really couldn't think about it too much because my parents are dicks, so they don't really like you're just in excruciating pain, and like I had a nerve block too, so they like you literally can't lift your leg, so you have to rely on other people to lift your leg, and like you're supposed to pick it up with like the knee in one hand and the heel in the other.
Right.
And like you just go in there and grab it by the heel and like pick it up, and I'm like, that shit hurts. Like, I'm sorry, like I love you guys, but like that shit hurts. And they're like, oh, sorry, gotta wait on the princess. Does he want anything?
Right.
It's just like,
Wait, how do you get two knee? Like, how do you get the different bones from different people? Do they like I don't know how that works.
I guess you have to harvest them. I don't know what happens. I'm sure
Tucker's into harvesting
goes,
organs.
it goes through some higher up people. No, I don't know what they do.
I guess it's like a waiting list, just like a
basically.
transplant type thing. Like if you're an organ donor, that also goes to bones. I guess,
which it's not bones. It's just the cartilage, which makes the bone glide smoothly. So basically, what was messed up is like the cartilage is messed up, so the bone kind of like catches,
right?
Like as you're walking and stuff like that,
right.
And then they put the new cartilage in.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember the first time I went to the first orthopedic specialist and doctors and all that stuff for my back. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't like feel my left leg. Like from my hip down on my left side, I can't feel anything. And they're like, oh, it'll come back. Like, F you, dude. It's no.
Just pray about it.
Yeah. Like, dude, like I understand, lady, you're walking around normal, but like you can't sit here and not expect me to ask questions when it'll come back. Like, no, it
especially
hurts
when you're
and
young.
I can't feel it. Yeah, I'm 18 or 19 years old at the time. Like, no, it's messed up. It hurts. I was 18 at the time, and it I can't feel my left leg. Like, oh, it'll come back. You're good. Come on now. It makes no sense. So the cadaver bones. Now you've named both knees, right? Were
No,
the
I have
surgeries?
not.
You,
Not yet.
oh, okay.
You can name them if you want to.
Oh, Lester, you have a name for the left one?
Tom.
Tom on the left. Don't go Jerry on the right.
No. Dude, Max on the left,
Yeah.
and then Turbo on the right.
Max Turbo.
Max Turbo.
I like that. Max Turbo.
That's my car's name.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Savage.
So me and Lester have something in common.
So, did you have the surgeries at the same time?
No. I don't even know if that's possible, but... Well, I mean, I guess technically it's possible, but, like, you have to be able to, like, use your other leg.
Were you put to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what they do is they actually...
Obviously.
They,
Come on, other bones.
Lester just broke his left elbow over here.
It's good.
I broke my foot.
I know a
the
guy.
other day, too.
That's perfect. Tucker knows a guy. We'll call
So-
Dr. Apparently, what's that old crazy doctor's name back in the day that used to like murder people? That's where we are now. We can call him.
Have you ever seen
Forget
Have you ever seen the movie The Burbs? And like, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but it's like these creepy these like people that are like what's the word, like they're awkward towards people and they stay in
Autistic.
Psycho.
Yeah, it's like they stay in their house all day, and all the neighbors like they spy on them and stuff, and it turns out that like they capture people from the neighborhood and they like burn them like in their basement. It's pretty creepy.
Dude, this
Sounds
is
like a great movie.
No, it has Tom Hanks.
Is it a
It's pretty
comedy?
good.
let's go back. Tucker Perry surgery, cadaver bone.
So what they...
Lester, hold on. Lester hits his elbow, and now we're talking about
The suburbs.
the suburbs of some guy murdering
With
everybody.
Autistic kids looking out windows at people and
Yeah,
harvesting
like-
organs.
Like,
It's a good movie.
is it?
Sounds like it.
It has Tom Hanks in it. It's really good.
Tom's good. He's in the new
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. Dude, Mr. Rogers is my guy.
He just looks like Tom Hanks, though.
I wonder
It's not
why.
like Mr. It's not like Mr. Rogers. It's just like, no, that's just Tom Hanks in a sweater.
As Mr. Rogers.
But it's not.
It's like a New York play. Like, we're just...
But they make Mr. Rogers look stupid in the commercials.
do.
He's like
Yeah.
got something
The
off
trailers.
about him. It's
Yeah.
like I don't remember him being
No, he wasn't, like,
off.
distant.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a G.
It's a
Dude,
very
funny
nicely
story, my
put up.
wife, she actually one day I was talking about Mr. Rogers. Like, he was a dude. Like, hey, he's cool, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a vibe. So she's like, you know, he was like a military sniper guy. I'm like, do what? So yeah, that's he. I'm like, no, babe, he wasn't. Oh yeah, he was. I'm like, no, he wasn't. Yes, he was. Google it. So I Google it. It was like everything about Mr. Rogers being a sniper military guy is false. I'm like, all right. So you're the valedictorian in high school and college, but you got the Mr. Rogers thing wrong. Just take it,
Sorry.
take it as a win. You're good.
Sorry.
So all right. So you had the surgeries, 2 of them. How far apart were they? Obviously, I would hope different people. Rest in peace to the people. Listen, it's a weird conversation about cadavers, though. But like that's
Yeah,
so
they didn't-
they're dead people, and they take bones out of the people, and they put them in like people that are living bodies. Is that how it
Correct.
works?
yes, cadavers are dead bodies.
Okay.
You got the phone, dude. You can look it up.
That's true. That's
Google
Yeah.
it.
But they didn't tell me how old the second guy was, so he must have been older. Or either that, or he just wasn't as bummed about it. It's like it's only 23. Sorry,
Yeah.
we did all we could.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the,
oh god.
Hold on. We're gonna learn about cadavers real quick.
No, I'm just looking at the pictures.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to see.
I
the
got one
pictures.
for you.
Of yours?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
jeez.
gross.
Don't wanna see that.
So the second one I went to looked like a free clinic. Like I was like, okay, so they're gonna check me in here, and I'm gonna go to like the hospital to get my surgery. Like, no, it's like a single story building with like 6 rooms, and I got my surgery there. It's just ass. And what they do is they cut. So why my legs look like dog shit too? That I'm terrible at working out.
at some point here on Natural Sponge, we're going to get a video where we'll be able to post these videos of our podcast live, and we'll zoom in. Actually, tonight, guys, if you subscribe, if we get 10 people to subscribe by tomorrow, we will tweet and Instagram a picture of Tucker Perry's surgery scars on his knee. Just so
They're
you guys
very
can see
interesting.
this. I just saw it actually for the first time. It's pretty gross. Go ahead.
You can touch it. I'll let you touch it.
Where did that big bruise come from, though, underneath your right knee?
It's fucking on my brother's boat, and
yeah,
he's
it's just tough down here at the beach. People own boats and stuff.
He's pulling in.
Wait, hold up, rewind. Brother's boat?
Yeah, it's
you
not
have
a
brother?
big boat. Yeah.
How old is your brother? I've known this guy for 6 years. Never knew he had a freaking brother.
Really? My brother's 15 months older than me.
Never knew that. Is he as cool as you?
No.
I didn't figure.
He sucks.
All right, go ahead.
But he's pulling in his boat to the dock. And, like, you know how you just, like... So, basically, if this is the boat, you kind of pull into the dock like that.
The guy right now is using a remote boat. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
And he's like, okay, so just catch it up here so it doesn't bang up against the side.
Right.
Well, he told me that, but he pulled in like this and
smoked it.
Smoked it on the front of the dock. And literally everything just jolts forward. The battery and everything just flies forward in the boat. And my knee slams up against the front of the boat. But back to the surgery. What they do in the surgery, the 8th time, is they cut the basically they cut you open here first, obviously, and then they cut the quad muscle right here. They take it out. They flip it out. They grind out all the bad cartilage.
So we're like filleting fish over here in this thing.
So they grind out all the cartilage in your kneecap. It's called an Oates procedure, by the way. OATS. And they push the new cadaver stuff in. I think they might even mallet it in there. Like,
jeez, oh man. They're just going to handle this.
Yeah, and then they sew it back up.
Well, I know there was an option to take the disc out of my back and like put them in a petri dish and all this stuff, and you'll be back even better. I'm like, sweet, like I'm pumped. I'm 18 years old. I'm like, I'm down. I don't want surgery, but let's do that.
I'm gonna turn you into a superhero.
Yeah, I'm down. Like, put me some juice in me and let's go. and then they're like, yeah, it'll be a year before you can walk straight. I'm like, do what?
But you'll be back better than ever.
Yeah, nah, I'm good, dude. No, it's not happening. Thanks a lot again to the fat lady that was walking when I couldn't hardly walk.
Fat people are the worst.
I tell you.
That's
that's
for another time.
But let's go to that real quick, like super quick. Lester, cut me off. Okay, cut me off because we got a little list here to get through. I was listening to a podcast the other day. You a podcast guy? Obviously, you're on one right now. A little bit. But I was listening to a thing about people that have trouble with technology. Like, there's self-help books out right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I started this thing. I saw an ad on Facebook while on my phone, and my mom sent me a thing the other day, and I think my wife did too, about they're gonna put a sign in the bathroom that says, "Text me if you need toilet paper. I know you're on your phone," because that's what everybody does now. You go poop and you're in there for your poop's 5 minutes. You're in there for 45 minutes extra because you're on your phone looking at stuff. And so I'm looking at this, and I see Joe Rogan and Wiz Khalifa podcast, like a snippet of it, and I listen to it. And I'm like, yo, this is like dope. Like, this is like the biggest vibe like I've ever felt. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Like, this is everything they're talking about is what I feel like I am inside, but I'm not there now because I'm letting outside stuff get to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and I'm listening to this deal, and they're talking about if you get through, you wake up in the morning, like we were talking earlier, you wake up in the morning, you check your phone, you're in a reactive state. You wake up and you don't check your phone, you do something productive, and then you go grab your phone and you put it in your pocket to see if somebody calls you or texts you. If somebody texts you, text them back. But it's really more the social media thing. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's like, now you're in a proactive state. You can go seize the day, carpe diem, like you freaking go, right? So they're talking also about, like you said, fat people, right? Like, think about it. we see an overweight person at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay? And you say, bet she's had 500 damn McDoubles, or what's the big one there called?
Big Mac.
Big Macs. You see, she's had 500 Big Macs in the last week, right? And there's self-help for overweight, obesity, diabetes, right? And now we're getting to I feel like, and I'm not taking this from I know Joe Rogan's never going to listen to this. Maybe he will. But I'm not taking this from him. But I agree with what he said. That I feel like we're getting to a point with technology that this is going to be the new. And me and Lester talked about it on the podcast that we worked on last week. Was I feel like that is going to be the next avenue of America. Is like, it's a disease.
I think it's already getting to that point too. That
it's
I have a thyroid problem and stuff like that.
Right,
it's like,
right.
And for some small cases, there probably is, but mostly it's just could be in fat.
And my family, like I love them to death, but like I walk in, we're doing stuff in the yard, go in, and my girls are sitting there watching My 600-Pound Life. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? And I'm the first one, again, natural sponge, the realist, like. This chick just went through McDonald's and ordered $18 worth of food for herself. There's a reason you're 600 pounds, cuz.
Yeah, don't play the victim.
Right. Well, like you said, thyroid problem and all that. And there are people that can't help stuff. There's health concerns and all that stuff. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like, if we're going to get to a point, I've already told them. I said, look, I know I'm getting a belly, dad bod. We talked about that earlier. What's up? But I just drink too much beer, right? You're never going to see me drunk, though. That's what I tell everybody. You can't get drunk if you're always drunk. No, I'm kidding. But, like, you can't expect something different if you're always doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. That's what I always tell you guys when I was coaching you. And like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Mm-hmm. We can't get on our phones all the time, and there's a thing I follow, and I think I said this with you, Lester, on the one we worked on, was dude, where's my par on Facebook, and it's a golfing thing, stud golfer, by the way, come check us out, JC Wingo, but like a guy puts a video of his swing up, and like, hey, I'm a 30 handicap golfer. I saw this one today. I'm a 30 handicap golfer. This sucks.
Yeah.
It's fun to go out there. Ain't that right, BP?
Yeah.
It's fun to go out there, dude. It's awesome playing golf. But he puts a video up. I'm a 30 handicap golfer. What do you guys see right and wrong in my swing? Like, he's not going to be a pro. He's just... Yeah. And I'm talking dudes who are like... obviously, you bend over for more than golf. Obviously, like I'm talking, there's 183 comments. 95 of them are like cussing him out, calling him
just
queer,
calling
him a douchebag. Like that's where we are as a society. Is like if I have a problem with somebody and they come up to me and we start rocking, I'm gonna whip your ass. Ain't no problem about it. You might whip my ass. That's part of it. Anybody you've ever met that says I ain't never had my ass kicked or lost a fight, they're lying.
Yeah.
That just happens, right? But now we're getting to the point where people literally feel the way I felt when I knocked this dude's head off talking shit about my boy Ryan back in college. I'm going to knock his head into a fridge, and he's alive. Everybody's good. But we're comparing that feeling I had of let's go, like I manned up, I took care of the situation that I need to take care of. People are now, I feel like, in that same situation, feeling like that when they're tweeting people or texting people behind the keyboard.
Yeah, like a politician tweets something and then they're like, oh, well, you're an idiot, you're a fascist, it's like, what did you win?
Why are we wasting time on this? Because, I mean, I've seen my dude man over here. I've seen some guys I've coached. I've seen, I spent a time of my life, a year and a half or whatever, on Tinder. Like, you know what I mean? Tinder was
a horrible life to live.
Oh, it is crazy, dude. So, like, I've done all that, but like what you're seeing is like humans can't interact. And I hate the word because of this one guy I know, but like communicate. Like people can't communicate or interact or just be normal human beings because they're so used to doing everything behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
So they can't talk, they can't speak, they can't interact.
But for a lot of people, that's the only way they can.
And
so
do you think that I agree with that? But do you think that's because of the time, or do you think that's just because of?
I don't know. I guess it's just giving people a voice, and people that really aren't that important, it makes them feel important. And those 100 likes they get under Donald Trump's tweet about him being a racist makes them feel
right, like
they've accomplished something.
Right. Yeah, 100%, dude. It's to a point where I feel like people are literally living their lives behind looking at a screen. Yeah. I went to a Jason Aldean concert with my wife a year ago. It was awesome. Love Jason Aldean. Kane Brown was there. Chris Young was there. It was just a dope night. Mm-hmm. And like 80% easily, 80% of the crowd watched the concert through their phone.
And let's just get one. Nobody wants to fucking see that shit.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
The sound sucks through your phone.
100%.
And I can turn the song on if I fucking want to. Right. And there's probably going to be even better video. So why the fuck are you just watch it? Right. Enjoy it.
I agree 1,000%. It's just like I'm sitting there. I'm looking at Megan. I'm like, dude, like they're not even watching the concert. They're watching it through their phone. That's the same thing they do when they pull up his videos on YouTube or whatever it is. It's crazy. But speaking of social media, and this is a money little segue here, I recently saw a tweet that you sent out about your time at your next college after your surgery. So obviously everyone out there, Tucker got healthy enough to go throw. Enough to go throw. So what did you sit actually though before you had knee pain? What did you top out at?
Probably around 80 maybe as a junior. Which from the sidearm submarine sluts
there you go,
really not
That's
that
what
bad,
everybody needs to know. You got the baseball guys out there with foul pole that's going to be like 80. Oh, he sucks. He's 6'4" and throws 80. No, let me tell you something. This dude, he can say 80. I know for a fact. Like when he was just playing with me, his junior year of high school.
Yeah,
probably
sophomore year.
He was 82, 83 from the right side. He was. I don't want to say sidearm. I don't want to say submarine. He was somewhere in the Tucker Perry region of vengeance.
Where very few go.
Yeah, and it was a ton of movement. And I want to tell you what, that son of a gun, he got outs. So you're topping out at 82, 83, and you're okay. And then you have the surgeries.
Yeah, so the first...
And coach tells you bye. So where do you go from there?
I take some online classes at the local tech school, and then the next spring, so that'd be spring 2017, I believe. Yeah, I coach at my rival high school. I'm a pitching coach at my rival high school, and then that summer I play Legion baseball. And then I walk on at USC Aiken. They're having turnover in the coaching staff and stuff like that, so it's pretty easy for me to just kind of sneak my way in there.
You're going into your second college, and it's your second walk-on.
Yeah, big walk-on guy.
When you're a definite D1 scholarship guy.
Which is what I thought.
Mom and Pa Perry, they must have some bank, dude. You can't hide money. You can't hide money. Like, this guy's, I'll take a walk-on. I got you. I don't need scholarships. That's for the birds.
Well, see, but I quit playing travel ball when I was like
16.
So it's
you were kind of like a spot guy for us. Like,
and I never really even played past middle school was like the last time I took it seriously. And which I guess
he struck out like all them dudes not being serious. You know what I'm saying? This guy just, I'll go throw. Oh, I struck out 12. What's up? Good. Yeah.
Get some Chick-fil-A.
But so I ended up getting to Aiken the fall of 2017, and I didn't strike out a lot of guys. It probably had a lot to do with I was like 73 to 76 maybe. And
this is after the knee surgery?
Yeah.
So
So that was the first one. That was after the first one.
Okay.
And so then some other shit comes up.
So it's affecting like your push off, your landing, your
essentially
obviously everything you do.
Yeah, because that was my push leg. The first one was the push leg, the first surgery.
Right.
So then I get in to fall and I post like a 1.6 ERA, but I'm not eligible in the spring because I was enrolled as a full-time student my fall semester the year before and didn't complete it. So now I can't. Play in the spring. So I have to redshirt that year, and then while I'm redshirting, I get another surgery, and then I go into the next fall, which is this last fall. And I probably should have took a little bit more time with rehabbing.
So a baseball player saying he should have took a little more time.
Took a little more time.
That guy too.
Rehabbing.
Yes.
But you get into the fall and they told me like you're gonna get some innings this year for us or whatever. I was like, oh, that sounds sweet. And then you don't want to be the guy that's in the training room every day because then you're late to practice and stuff like that. And then and then they're like, okay, you're useless. So I tried to push through it, which wasn't a good idea because the following spring, so this spring actually, like probably a week before the season, I tweaked my knee, fucking shagging BP of all things. And no, it was 2 weeks before the season. I tear up my knee, shagging BP, and I go to the trainer, and I'm like limping across campus like all day. I'm like, I got to do something about this.
Is this right cadaver or left cadaver?
This is a left cadaver
this
time.
Turbo. So
yeah,
dude, it's turbo.
My knee probably swelled up like twice its size. It was so bad.
Did you tweet that picture?
No.
No.
I mean, there's one out there.
Yeah, there's one
definitely
out there.
one out there.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a lot of pictures of my knees out there actually. And so fuck, where were we? Okay, so 2 weeks before the spring, I tweak my knee, rehab it for a week, go out, and like, I'm just trying to throw the shit over the plate, you know what I mean? I ended up actually hitting 84 that day. I'm just trying to...
So my man just gained 11 miles an hour, bro. I told you guys, Tucker Perry is a savage. It's not even funny. Like,
and then, so... I'm just trying to like get the shit over the plate, and first pitch is like hits the second base, too hot, error. Next ball is like a 40-mile-an-hour like little dribbler to the.
So you're just like make the play. Like,
yeah,
I'm doing my work right
40,
here. Just make the play.
40-mile-an-hour dribbler to the third baseman, and love him to death, but the day before, he was at third, and for some reason ran to like, I think we had shifted, and he ran to second to cover a throw, and the kid was safe at second and ended up like taking third on him. So he didn't want to make the same mistake the day I was pitching, so he immediately, like, little dribbler hit like between the 5-6 hole, and he immediately just sprints back to third base. I'm like, fuck. So now it's first and second with 2 balls haven't even left the infield. And then the next guy comes up who's just dicked on me all fall. And like,
so this is an inter squad.
Yeah. So I think he had like 4 hits, and they were like all off me, damaged too. Like,
I had that guy. I was a 2-way guy coming out of high school, and coach was like, "Yeah." Coach said, "I was like, yeah, I'll let you." And like this guy, everybody made fun. I don't think he made it through the fall of his junior year because everybody made fun of him so much. And I was like, "Oh, my split finger's nasty. We get him out here." I had him like 1-2 or something. The split finger, hang that bitch, bow, and like that's the first hit he's got in 3 years. I'm like, "F y'all, man." It's same guy.
Then so then he hits it just like probably the hardest single I've ever given up in my life. It's like stayed like 2 feet above the ground and just carried. I mean, it just stayed for like under 50 feet.
Oh, worm burger, baby.
Yeah, and then next guy comes up, hits a home run. Next guy comes up, hits a home run.
Well, hold on. Don't skip over that.
No.
So you gave back-to-back dickers?
And I'm more upset about the single that I gave.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So what pitches did they go yard on?
I mean, just fastballs. I mean, I don't think I threw a whole lot of.
Your
We
slider
didn't really
usually
mix.
filthy, though.
Yeah. It really, I don't know. Something about the knee surgery's I kind of gotten it back now that my legs have gotten under me a little bit more. But, yeah, and then I walked the next guy. I thought I struck him out like 3 different times, but he was a transfer, so I think they wanted to see what he could do. So they're just
Right.
like, let's let him swing the bat.
Right. So getting what led into this was you went to USCA
Yeah.
and we saw a tweet that you sent out about your go ahead I spent 2 years at USCA. And
The only memorable thing I did was miss a Christmas dinner.
so that's a whole nother story of why
No,
Tucker Perry's brain gives you that avenue or that angle.
It's funny because it was well, I guess it'd be the winter of 2016 or no, winter of 2017. We have a Christmas dinner, but I have like 2 exams the next day, so I study for my exams. I'm not even I'm a redshirt, and I really hadn't even made friends with anybody on the team, so I'm like, they're not gonna fucking care that I skip.
Right.
And then I get a text halfway through the night where the hell are you? And I'm like, no, I'm studying for my exams. Like, who told you could do that? And I have to have a whole meeting with all the coaches and stuff like that after that. But I didn't find out till the next year. I got cool with a guy named Brian Pereira who plays for the Joliet Slammers right now.
Oh, the Slammers, dude, yeah. Foul poles all over that, probably.
No, it's Indie League.
Yeah,
he's a big indie ball guy.
I know. I was at the Frontier League, dude.
Oh,
Florence
really?
Freedom. So I know that I'm sure foul poles all over that.
And he told me, he's like, it's really funny you missed that Christmas dinner. And I told Coach, hey, where's Perry at? He goes, pitching coach goes, who's Perry? And then knowing that now, I'm like, so you're going to bitch at me for missing the
but didn't know who you were.
Christmas dinner, but had no clue who I was.
Oh my gosh.
4 months in.
So this is what happens to everybody out there, aspiring athletes. Don't ever be a walk-on.
Yeah. And to add another layer to this story, I had a $2,000 offer to go to Aiken out of high school.
Yeah.
So I decided I wanted to play there for free.
Really pisses me off that he didn't have more offers, though. That's trash.
Yeah, it was.
I will go back in the archives, and I want to post a video of Tucker Perry from the bullpen in the Merle's Inlet Den of Diamond Wizards baseball, because that video is savage. You can see the arm slot, you can see the force, you can see real talk. The guy's a savage. Will he play forever? Probably not. But if I was a independent guy, if I was a pro scout, if I was a whatever you got to be there, if I had any clout, Tucker Perry's pitching for me in the minor leagues tomorrow. Guaranteed. He might get his ass rocked, and that's fine. But I'm giving Tucker Perry a shot because at the end of the day, that's what some guys just need.
Yeah.
Just need a chance. One of the best guys I know, one of my best friends ever, dude, is living back home in the Trefo, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Shout out to the Trey. I'm telling you guys, this dude was one of the baddest dudes I ever played with, and he's got a beautiful family now, man. Beautiful family. Got his wife, 3 kids, but this dude, I tell you right now, he could still go out. He probably hadn't played. I hadn't played in 7 years. He hadn't played. He played he didn't play slow pitch softball. He does now. But he played the baseball league for a while.
Oh yeah, men's league.
Yeah, men's league. So I'm telling you, this dude right now could come out and show up anybody in single A. You put him at second base for the Pelicans, savage. You wouldn't even recognize it. This dude's been out of the game forever. His neck tattoos might.
His neck
tattoos. But I'm telling you, my boy Bubba. Shout out to you, Bubs. This dude is savage and will always be a savage.
Mm-hmm.
And people just need a chance, dude. And it sucks when you listen to coaches that don't really have an avenue. Or I had a guy ask me the other day. He said, how do you do all these lessons per week with guys and give everybody your best effort? I felt like he was kind of questioning me too. It was kind of pissed me off. I said to all the natural Sponge fans, Duke fan, I've read I think Coach K has 5 or 6 books out. I know I've read 5 of them, but he could win the national championship in 2015, and in 2016 he's never going to mention that team from the last year.
Yeah.
It's this year's team's moment. Today we had 2 guys come in the heat of the day. It was hot as hell, man, and I'm tired. I was there early this morning and had a lot of running around to do today, and it was awful. And I get there and I'm like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this done. It's hot as hell. We're getting out of here.
Yeah.
And I end up staying 45 minutes later than I wanted to, because you're in that kid's moment. That time. If I have Lester over here at 7 a.m., guaranteed I'm gonna be 10 minutes late. Give me 10 minutes. It might be 20. Yeah. But I got poop a lot. But I'm gonna be there and we're gonna work it, dog. Mm-hmm. But it's his moment, so you can't. And that's what really pisses me off about a Division I college coach telling you okay, bye, because I know for a fact, and I know there's some guys that are gonna listen to this that know who I'm talking about them at this point. I've had parents when I was coaching college baseball, call me, text me at the office or on my cell phone and be like, this his grandma just died last night. We don't want to tell him because we're not there. Can you tell him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm the guy that has to. But I'm the guy that responsibility is put on to go and talk to them about the situation that's going to happen. My grandma, I mean, she lived an awesome life, and she was amazing. She's the one that made me love Duke's mayonnaise, because I would always ask, hey, you want a grilled cheese? I'm like, yeah, I love a grilled cheese, Grandma. And I call her G-Ma. That's why my mom is now G-Ma to my kids. And I'm like, yeah, I would love grilled cheese. No mayonnaise, though. Grilled cheese comes with mayonnaise. She roasts you, though. You gotta, and that's how it was. You know what I mean? When you grew up, my dad tells stories all the time about if Grandma cooked something he didn't like, oh, I don't want to eat that. That's what you're eating tonight. If you don't want to eat it, you're not going to eat.
Go fuck yourself.
Right. And so that's a whole other disconnect from then to now with kids and everything. But it's just at the end of the day, being able to associate yourself and have a relationship with your players as a football coach, basketball coach, baseball coach, tennis coach, lacrosse, or any sport, that's awful if you're just bye. So,
yeah.
Because we had some walk-ons at Stanley that I didn't want. That Lamb was oh yeah, he's gonna be a good guy. You think I turned him away? No, I took him under my wing. I was like, look, we're gonna learn the game together. You'll be a student of the game. We'll try to teach you. If something happens that you do and I can learn from you.
Yeah.
And that's what not sports, but that's what life is. You know what I mean? And again, we're getting good at this. In the first ever podcast here on Natural Sponge, is what do you see with youth baseball today? Because I'm gonna go ahead and get my thing out of the way. I'm gonna let you go, because I heard a thing the other day on the it was on the news or ESPN or something, and it was youth baseball, and I agree with this. I did my research and I found the whole deal of this is actually the true study and the find, and it was right. Youth baseball in America. Now, hey, I'm an international guy. Dominican, Puerto Rican, Venezuela. You guys do your thing, bro, because I love watching y'all on TV.
Yeah.
It's a different world, man. Different world. We talked about it last night with Hester, didn't we, BP?
Yeah.
There you go. But youth baseball in America is the number one self-esteem destroying sport. Youth baseball is the number one self-esteem destroying sport in America. And I'm over here running Diamond Wizards baseball. Yeah. I'm over here working with the guys I used to work with in the past. I'm not going to name drop on that guy. You know what I want to say. But yeah, are you kidding me? Why is it that way? And it's all because of, no offense to anybody in my program, that's why I don't have teams right now. The parents.
The parents.
It's crazy, dog. Like you. Okay, well, that's awesome that you are now a policeman. You are a contractor. You are the best. And I'm not saying this about my dude, my big dog, my manimal. Okay, this just popped in my head. So if you hear this, I'm not talking about manimal. You hear me? You hear me, big guy? But like you could be the best carpenter in this county.
Yeah.
And but you play baseball until middle school. That's fine. Let the coaches be coaches. And then I had one of my best players ever. You know who he is. One of my best players ever. And he's a stud. He's going Division I baseball. He's going to be a draft guy. He's going to get drafted. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no doubt about it. Dude is a savage. Barring injury, girls, drugs, or cars. That's the 4 things that happens to every kid around this age that he's at. So he's already committed Division I. He's a stud on the mound. He had a hot girlfriend for a while, and she broke up with him. He went into this little thing where he was like, "Oh, I don't know about this," But like you can't let things affect you that are out of your control. You can't like be this other thing. So he comes to me, his dad comes to me and goes, look, I think he was 12 years old at the time. His dad comes to me and goes, hey, he wants to quit baseball. Like, he hit like 5 home runs that weekend. Like literally he's 12 years, like short field, whatever. And he's bigger than everybody. He's like, hey, he wants to quit. I'm like, do what? He said, yeah, you think we could get a lesson and just talk to him and see what happened? So dude comes over, we're talking, we're doing our workout and everything, and he's hitting. I'm like, so I hear that you're not really sure if you want to continue playing baseball. And he goes, well, coach, I always have to hear my dad. I always have to hear my mom. I always have to hear my uncle in the car on the way home about what I didn't do right. And it's just frustrating, And in this case, it was great because I was able to go to these people and say, look, here's what he said.
Yeah.
And they're like, boom, thumbs up,
Yeah.
we got you. And since then, they've laid off. Now he's signed Division I. He's going to play.
Funny how that works.
It is. But how many parents out there would not take that road, let their kids quit, and then they're pushing them, no, you're not quitting, you're effing playing. You're going to, you know what I mean?
Either way, that doesn't end well.
Yeah, it doesn't. And so where do you feel, and it hurts me, man, because I played, and when I was at the Frontier League up in Kentucky, I met a lot of guys that were Dominican. I played with a lot of Dominican guys in college, and then I transferred to a JUCO after my injury,
Mm-hmm.
and then going to pro workouts and stuff like that. You meet a ton of guys, like, and I'm a fan for those guys because it's a different world.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, where do you feel like, with or without me telling you that baseball is the number one self-esteem destroying sport in America, like, where do you feel like youth baseball is today? I mean, my guy BP over there.
What's up?
Slagging.
He is slagging, dude. But like, he played. There was one day his last tournament, and he plays for like the dopest team in the state, and the greatest coach and all this stuff. But at one point, because of this tournament, they could have played 4 games in one day. They ended up playing 3. They lost the last one, and they could have ended up playing the other one. They would have got done about 11 o'clock at night, and then they would have turned around and played the next day at 8 a.m. Right? and these
me
are
up for that.
13-year-old kids. Like, why are we where we are with all these games, with all that? That's not healthy for anybody.
No.
In any sport. But where do you feel like we are in America with, because you're obviously, as the listeners have heard, a huge baseball guy. Like, why are we where we are, and what do you feel like where we're going?
I think when you said the parents are way too involved, like that's definitely one of the big ones. What my mom used to do, or what she told me she used to do, is like she read it out of some Cal Ripken book or some shit like that. That like if you like if your kid has a bad game or whatever, instead of bringing it up to them, like if you just wait on the car ride back home, like the kid will eventually like want to talk about it, and then you can talk about it then.
Right, you don't get in the car and say, "Oh, why'd you take that pitch?"
Yeah.
And, I mean, I had some guys at the old den, the small little old den, and they would like he was stepping over a shoebox trying to make his swing like Albert Pujols. So I'm like, all right, first off, your kid's 4'4". He's 80 pounds.
Let's look at Altuve.
Yeah,
let's look at Altuve.
Let's don't try to be something we're not.
That's got to be the worst thing too. It's like, especially like the main thing coaches like hovering parents that are around all the time. It's like, dude, drop your kid off here. I'm giving him a lesson. There's no reason for you to be around the cage.
Right, we're gonna touch on that, and I know this kid's gonna listen to it, and that's fine. If he wants to get mad next week, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'll see him next week, and I know the kid's gonna listen to it. He's 10 years old, and his dad sat in the cage during the first ever lesson. I get that. Like, I want to see who the coach is. I know him from people. You know,
I don't want to come back here and my kid's missing.
Yeah, right. I don't want my kid to be like on the run or something, or like he's stolen. But like, you can sit in the car, you can do whatever. But BP, he hits a ball off one of the pylons at the cage. There's a pylon that is shitty set up. There. But like, literally, I pray every day, and when I get there and when I leave, I'm like, thank you, Lord, for not letting me die tonight. And he hits a laser beam off the tee. He's working off the tee after me and this kid get done, and the ball comes back and smokes this dad in the back. Dude's awesome. I've already asked him to be on the podcast, so he's going to be on one. He's actually a Navy SEAL.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, you could, so don't kill me with your bare hands when I see you again for telling you this.
Yeah.
But he jokes about it now. Like, he's like, dude, I had to have back surgery, Braden, because you just smoked me in the back. Yeah. You know, like, but why were you in the cage?
Wake up call. You know,
that's it. That's it. He hadn't been in the cage since. You know what I mean? Sat in the car and all that stuff.
Like, go grocery shopping or something.
Yeah. Go chill. I used to have a guy. I had to go in there, but I don't want to do my first podcast like that. Yeah. But his dad came and he posted something on Facebook he had like 2 draft beers at a bar, and it was like just a little me time while my son's getting hitting lessons.
Like, yeah.
Like, well, actually, yeah.
Sure, he'll love that in that accident you get on.
Yeah, do that shit. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, good luck at getting out of that ticket.
That's awesome, dude. But obviously, you can tell that you come from an awesome family. Karen is one of the greatest people I've ever met. She's amazing. I remember her wheeling you up. You were coaching one of my teams at the time. You were in a wheelchair after one of the surgeries, and you actually coached their base with crutches. And
terrible idea.
I'm that big of a dick that lets you do that. I was that disconnected with, like, F it, like, we suck, like, we're done.
Yeah, that was definitely the dog days.
Yeah. So, but like, I appreciate that for your efforts. But obviously, you have great values. What do you know? Because I know your parents will listen to this at some point. What do what did they instill in you, and what do you like every day? Like, when you're away from at college, like, you call them, what do you do?
Honestly, I forget to call them a lot. Like, I just kind of
that happens. We get busy.
Not that I'm like that like independent of a person, but it's just like I just got so much shit going on here. But honestly, the thing that I really like about my parents is, like, they didn't try to push like any beliefs on me or anything like that. Like, I mean, we used to go to a Presbyterian church, but it wasn't like you're gonna go to hell if you don't.
Right. It was just like I got baptized when I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And I love my parents, man, for letting me, be able to choose myself, as opposed to you're 3 months old and your parents throw you underwater and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And I was able to, and obviously continue listening. We're always giving little excerpts what's gonna come. But I was distant for a long time after my buddy died, and then luckily brought back to my beliefs and God working in my life. But yeah, so Presbyterian church, and they didn't press nothing on you.
No, and I mean, honestly, the other thing aside from that is just a sense of humor. Is really because
yes, Karen does have a sense of humor. I love
with all the shit that's going on in the world today. If you can't laugh at it, you're
right. I saw a guy the other day. I was my old boss at my old maintenance job I used to work at. He put something on Facebook today, and then I laughed because I saw on I saw a guy at a gas station, and he was just ripping this other guy, just like roasting it. And gas station gang, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doling over there. He texting girls. But this guy's just roasting people, man. And I'm like, yo, what are you even talking about, cuz? Like, why is your like main objective right now like roasting this guy? Like, where's the positivity? Like, obviously this world is a shit show. It's horrible. Like, people are nuts. Like,
Yeah.
why are we still doing this? Like, but I think, like I said, it's going to get worse. It's only going to get worse.
Gotta laugh at it.
You
Gotta
do.
laugh at
You
it.
gotta laugh. I was
Everything's
rolling
funny.
in the car, dude.
And not to harp on Trump or anything like that, but say what you want. He's probably the funniest person to ever be in the White House.
100%.
If you set it up as a because obviously since it's real life, it's kind of fucked. But I mean, just if it was set up as a sitcom, dude, yeah, I'd watch every night.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah,
1,000%.
hilarious.
It's amazing, dude. Have you ever have you ever done CBD? You know what CBD is?
No, I know they sell it at gas stations, though.
All right. Well, there's a difference.
We
We talked about this earlier. That's awesome. So the CBD is you get at gas stations. I don't know what the hell that is. All right. So we're gonna give our
mixed
first
with curry.
maybe or freaking fentanyl, and you die. Who knows?
Dude, I could have sworn is fentanyl something? Is that something totally different?
Fentanyl?
I could have sworn she said fentanyl. She said you could put fentanyl in it too.
In what?
I don't know. That herbalist chick I was telling you about earlier.
Oh yeah.
She's like, you can put fentanyl in it too. I was
Maybe.
like, why
Well, see, some
fuck would you
people.
want to do that?
Yeah, that's a like. How do you open this? Super heavy. Yeah. All right. So I need Lester right here. My dude, he's still with us. I need Lester.
Lester.
Look up CBD real quick. Like,
All right.
what is CBD oil? Because I want to explain this real quick. I started taking this. All right. So I'm gonna give my first ever advertising shout out. So. Chandra, when you hear this, all right, I want you to your little backing here to the Natural Sponge podcast. All right, it's Koi Naturals. That's the only thing she supplies is koi. And it's the Hipsy Gypsy store down in Surfside Beach, South Carolina, and it's freaking amazing. All right, and Tucker, if you want to go in there, make sure Team Mom's not there because with her dreads and stuff, she's not bad looking. But baby, if you hear this, I love you. But no, CBD. So I go into this place, this minute clinic type deal, right? And I'm trying to get my inhalers. I have like asthma since I was a kid. I still have asthma. I'm that guy. I'm that cool dad bod guy that coaches baseball and still puff that inhaler, bro. I gotta live, right? You gotta breathe. Shit, man. So I'm in there, and she's like, "You have arthritis." I'm like, well, I figured my hands are messed up. I know something's off. She's like, "Well, you have arthritis." Okay, I'm here for an inhaler. She's like, well, you have like high blood pressure. I'm like, yeah, probably because you're yelling at me. And like she kept on going down the line, and it was awful, dude. So you got it?
Yeah, it's
all right, hold on, here we go.
All right, so CBD oil it is one of some 113 identified cannabinoids in cannabis plants and accounts for up to 40% of the plant's extract. In 2018, clinical research of cannabidiol included primarily studies of anxiety, I don't know what that word means.
What is that?
Cognition?
Anxiety, cognition, movement disorders, and pain.
Yeah.
Boom, right? Okay.
Ow.
So I don't know. You smoke pot? Have you ever smoked pot?
Once.
Okay, so I don't know if you smoke pot once, you're probably trying to get fucking high, right? All right, like
I
you're
only
like,
took
yeah,
one hit.
okay. So, but like, so we're getting to the stage where marijuana is legal in a lot of states. Okay,
Yeah.
and this plant was put on this earth. This is not man-made. It's not pharmaceutical. That's to me. That's another podcast. Is why it's not legal.
It's a Cat Williams joke.
Right,
It's
there you
just
go.
a plant, but if you just so happen to set it on fire,
There you go.
there are some side
100%,
effects.
me dog. I think that if once it's legal here, 100% I'm going to do it because I have back pain. I have anxiety. I have arthritis.
And not like the Maui Zowie put you on your ass shit, but just
there
like...
you go. And that's what I'm getting to is it's got to be a dosage. It's got to be a dosage, like a medical dosage. Like if I wake up in the morning and I smoke a whole bowl, I'm going to be fucked up the rest of the day. Like I'm going to be high.
You're not going to be proactive.
Yeah, I'm going to be reactive, 100%.
Well just look at
like,
your
I'm just
phone.
going to go back to bed and go to sleep and stay at my
Yeah.
home, right? 100%. Right? But now, like, say, all right, so 2 hits, boom, 1 hit, whatever it may be, 1 hit, boom, all right, my back feels better, I feel a little good, I feel proactive, I feel good, I can go. You know, the CBD oil is the greatest thing I've ever taken. It helps my back, it helps my anxiety. Like we had, we talked about some personal stuff that's going on in my life, my family's life, and, I dropped my girl off to go do her thing one day, and I'm stressing for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm having like a bad like anxiety, like my fingers are tingling, like because I can't be there. I can't be in there. Like legally, they tell me like, you can't go in there. 'Cause number one, I'm gonna start throwing hands somewhere. Right? So you can't be there. So, I do my dosage of CBD. You drop under the tongue.
Yeah.
You hold your tongue down 25 seconds. Boom, you go. And then it just instantly, boom, goes away. And then you feel better. You know what I mean? I do it every morning. I do it when I have like a little anxiety feel coming. I do it before I go to bed at night. 3, 5 drops. Some people like 10 drops. I've gone up to 15 drops and realized it makes me poop a lot. Right? The thing is, we talk about poop a lot on this show. But, you know what I mean? So it makes there's a dosage. I think that, would you rather have a world where we can go, now I'm the biggest beer drinker in the world, trust me. I've done had 18 sitting here.
Yes.
I've had 3. But, would you rather have a world where dads come home drunk, ready to fight, pissed off with their kids and their mom and his wife? Or would you have a guy that's
just wants to eat a bag of potato chips,
eat some potato chips, chill out, he feels good, he's happy, he's telling kids, he's reading bedtime stories, he's making up bedtime stories, he's, you know what I mean? And that's, and don't ever think I'm like some pothead over here or nothing like that.
Yeah, because obviously there's an extent to where it becomes a problem
100%.
for people.
100%.
But that's just anything.
And CBD comes from the hemp plant, which is like, it's either the female or the male version of the marijuana plant.
Yeah.
So it's one of the two. So you have this plant here, you have CBD, or you have the hemp plant, and then you have the marijuana plant.
Yeah.
And then, so at the end of the day, the CBD plant, everything's extracted, boom, you get the CBD effects, the health effects from it.
Yeah.
Marijuana, I actually have CBD hemp bud downstairs that I smoke sometimes. Now, my oldest daughter, she freaks out. Why are you smoking that? Which I get at 11 years old. You're going to be like, why is dad out here smoking shit? Dude? Yeah, right? No, but like literally and I think if you really look into shit, dude, that's why like kids and the world's why it is. It's like, why is marijuana a bad thing? Now, marijuana dealers get arrested. Marijuana smokers get arrested. But you get arrested because the government and the pharmaceutical companies can't tax it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into a huge government issue, obviously, right now, because you're going to be here for a little bit. We'll be able to get you on a lot more podcasts.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, why is everything so negative? Like, I was listening to Joe Rogan, Kevin Hart again. Like, Joe, like, again, please listen to this shit one time, Joe. I promise you. Like, throw some Firefly shorts or some CBD that you do or some creatine. I'll start lifting my fat ass up and lift. But, like, why everything's so negative? Kevin was talking, I listened to it this morning while we were hitting baseballs. Like, why? Everything's so negative. Like, you, right now, I know that bench you're sitting on is uncomfortable as shit. So, you could easily be like,
fuck this podcast.
Yeah, fuck
this.
You. I don't want to do this. This is an uncomfortable chair. Fuck this chair. Fuck this table. Fuck, this room's hot as hell. The air conditioner's not working. It is hot in here. Like, you could, everybody, but like, you're not that guy. And that's why people look at you differently. That's why people look at me differently. Like, we're not always so negatively. I'm at a baseball game. I'll let you go.
Yeah.
We're at a baseball game this summer. B's playing, right? And this guy, his dad's sitting here just, well, here's the problem with this program. Here's what's going on. He was told that if he works hard, he's gonna go and play. And No, your son sucks.
Yeah.
And
just
why?
sorry.
I looked at him and said, "Why are you so negative? Like, you live one time. Drama is something that does not need. Like, I get it. We're literally we're animals.
Yeah.
Like, we're just like lions. We're just like tigers. We're just like every. We're on this earth." But, like, why does everything have to be bigger than it is for humans? Like, why are we sitting here complaining about playing time when your son is 4'4" and 12 pounds?
Get good at math.
Right. Like, dude, do something
And that's
else.
okay.
There it is. There's my freaking, there it is. And that's okay. If you go fish for a living, that's okay. If you go play lacrosse, that's great.
Yeah.
Maybe your dad wanted to be a baseball player and didn't make it, and he wants you to be a baseball player so bad, but you want to do something else. That's okay, because your parents raised you till you're 18, and then you look for them for guidance after that.
Yeah.
But why is everything so drama and negative driven? And it's not the president's fault. It's not the last president's fault. It's not Obama. It's not Trump. It's not. We're literally creating a culture. We could go into a long discussion of technology and suicide, all that stuff. But, like, why are we sitting here and everybody's so negative about everything? When's the last time you was out and you heard somebody say something positive? Like, I held a door for a dude earlier today, and he was like, he just looked at me. He's about to kick my ass.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, like, you're welcome.
I'm not trying to fuck
Right?
you.
My dad said that. My dad said that. Let's wait. Shout out to Pops, Iceman. What's up, dog? Like, he was like, dude, everybody's rude as hell these days. I said, dude, I don't think they are rude. I think they're just disconnected.
Yeah.
They're just distracted. Like, they don't know how to interact with people. So when we get a chance to interact with people, we don't know how to do it. And for people like me and you, Pops, Lester, BP over there, who's learning from the best, like, dog, you look rude as hell.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for him.
Yeah. And I think that just comes with being old, too, is you just look like a dick no matter what. Especially old white people, they just look like, it's just a sad glimpse into your future, what you're going to look like when you're like 60 years old. You're just going
Right?
to look like, just
Right. And
straight
so people get
dog
pissed
shit.
off and they just like, they're just mad.
And then you just have to sit in it. There's nothing you can do.
So I gotta say this, and we're gonna wrap this up because we're still working on this. We're hoping everything gets on YouTube tonight, and then we gotta go through our process of figuring out what the hell an RSS is and getting it on Apple. I know we've already been okayed to be on Apple Podcasts from all my research and emails and calls I made over the last couple of weeks, and then Spotify, and then SoundCloud. I don't know about those, but we'll be on there by early next week, mid next week for sure. I gotta ask two things. Number one, are you a Croc guy? Like Crocs? Not a cock guy. Are you a Croc guy? Dude, look at my feet. I got 2, 3 there. And then I got my other one here. And I'm gonna tell you why. I saw.
And you're wearing socks.
Oh, 100%. You can't wear Crocs without socks, because like I did that one time.
I thought that's how they're supposed to be worn.
Is it really though? Because I let the dogs out one time and my feet were sweating like hell. It was crazy. But no, I didn't realize they were so expensive though. We went up like last week.
Oh yeah, well especially now.
That's what my mom said. That's what G-Ma Hero. What's up, dog? Like, it's crazy.
It's just weird. If you go online, everybody's talks shit about Crocs, but for some reason they're like $60 a piece. So people are buying them.
Oh, 100%. Dude, the place was packed.
Yeah.
The place was packed. We make sure we talk about social anxiety later.
Social anxiety.
Social anxiety. My boy Khalil Green got the jersey downstairs and a couple cigs on it. But like, that's a whole other deal. I can't go to a place anymore without like freaking out and sweating. Like, I don't know what it is, people or whatever. But so not a Croc guy. I'm a Croc guy now. They're super comfortable. I like them. What are these things called? The little. They're not jelly bellies. They're something. What are they called?
Some pin.
The little stickers y'all put in there, and they're cool. I got 2, 3 on one. They got a little fleur de lis on the other one. That's part of our Natural Sponge logo. But beside Crocs, so Team Mom.
Team
guys
Mom.
still together. Still together. There he goes. All right, Team Mom, when you listen to this, he's smiling really big. He's smiling really big. So when's the date? You guys gonna get married?
I don't know. We'll have to see how she feels about it first.
Yeah, I don't know if I would marry Tucker. I feel like the ride would
It's
be
a
more
lot.
fun.
It's a lot to handle.
It would. I feel like.
And I'm not
That's
this
what she
nice
said.
all the time.
No, yeah, I get that. So does she yell at you? I gotta ask you. My wife, she gets mad because like I'll get like enthusiastic about something. My boy Giovanni Thomas, Giovanni's gonna be on here at some point for sure, dude.
Dude's massive.
Oh, dude, best hitter I've seen, dude. I don't care what anybody says about Stanton and Judge. All that's BS. Like Giovanni Thomas is never played pro ball, will not play pro ball, and should play pro ball when he's 50. Like, I would sign him at 50 to come play for, if I was ever the GM of the Yankees, Giovanni Thomas is coming to swing the bat for me. He was here last fall. Him and his fiance, they just had a baby. Congratulations. And Jewel's, hell of a name. Jewel's. Savage, New York, Puerto Rican, Dominican. I probably got that wrong, Jewel's. Don't get mad at me. Whatever descent you are, dog, you're my homie. And and we're talking about the girls we're talking, and like Sponge does that too, or Giovanni does that too. Like you get as a baseball player, I think it's embedded in baseball players is like you get to a point and you get passionate about something. You start talking. You talk louder. You're not talking at somebody. You're not
people tell me
yelling
that
at them.
all the time. They're like, dude, you got it. Like, why are you yelling at us?
Yes,
What
my
are you
wife will
talking
hear this
about?
later, so
Like,
keep talking.
This
bro.
is like we're out at dinner. Like, what are you yelling? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm passionate about the situation or the
I get
subject we're
fired
talking
up.
about. Yeah,
I get
and we're
fired
not
up.
being mean. We're just
Fired up for
Yeah.
no reason.
yeah. I guess it
It's
is.
like,
At the end of the day, I guess that goes back to the drama. It is
Yeah.
the reason we're just fucking talking. That's awesome. So, a couple more things. Umpires suck, right?
umpires are very terrible.
They're awesome.
Like,
They're awesome. I love umpires, dude. Let me tell you something. I have a guy, and I didn't want to start off or ever do this, but I feel the vibe that I need to. We had a guy one time at Market Common doing the BCBL. Hunter Goff is his name. He is the umpire, and if he wants to sue me for this, that's fine. The ball was fair.
by like
That's all I'm going to say.
40 yards, right? Like,
Oh, 100%.
by a lot.
100%. Ball is fair. Ball is fair. Matt Carnahan, shout out to my boy up in West Virginia right now, head coach of his high school. Ball is fair. 100%. Trash, dude. We talked about that play with the Little League game last night. Just awful. Like, it's not even like a bang bang call. It's just a rule. Like, I don't understand how you're getting paid to be there. You were BP. You were there. You remember that guy last year up in up north, where the guy was on drugs and he fell out during the inning.
Yeah.
And like
Taking his job very seriously.
he was on something, dude, and he fell out.
It's like Doc Ellis threw a no-hitter on LSD.
Oh, dude,
Maybe
yeah,
he was
exactly,
just paying
exactly.
homage.
Well, that's true. It could be, but when we left after the game, after he was removed and the term director came and umpired in the field, and the other guy went behind the plate, we walk out, I go to the truck, and this guy is laying on the curb. This umpire, in his umpiring uniform, is laying on the curb asleep. Like, I feel bad for him. But, like,
Yeah.
come on. And then you go
Away
back.
from the kids.
It goes even further, like, what guy hired him? You had to know. What crew are you
Yeah,
working
you don't
with?
see that guy and go, this guy needs to
No.
work with kids.
No, 100%.
Well, and then it goes to say, too, don't berate a 9-10 umpire. They're going to be terrible. Like a 9,
Right,
9
they just let the
10
ball,
you
like a
umpire.
strike ball.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the game going.
Yeah.
So, really, one of the last ones I got, I guess, is, have you seen the bullshit rule of you can now steal first base in that one league? Have you seen that?
I would probably get on base a lot more.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The guy did. A
Well,
guy
that's-
did it. I
Yeah.
forget his name, but you can
Well,
now
it's
steal
very
first
forgettable achievement.
base. It is like what? like there used to be a saying when I was growing up. That's a dope play right there.
It's like you don't steal you can't steal first base.
Right. Yeah. Well, no. Well, the one I used to hear was, the guy that said a walk is as good as a hit couldn't hit.
Yeah.
Well, now you can, if the ball's in the dirt, the first pitch of the game, you can run to first and be safe. Like, come on, stop. And now they're giving out like trophies that look like WWE belts to kids. Like we see rings and little trophies and stuff. You know what I mean?
Like normal.
Yeah. Now they're getting belts, like WWE wrestling belts.
That's good for the ego.
SA. It is good for the ego. You were on one of the teams where I threw the rings away. And you probably don't remember.
They're probably second place. Were they the second place ones?
They were the ones just given to us at Ripken. Like everybody got we went like 3 and 6 for the week or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, here, coach, here's the rings for all the guys in this little box. And I said, look, Ryan. I think his name was Ryan. I forget his last name, but I said, I'm not going to give them to our guys. We went 3 and 6. We lost 2 games in the losers bracket, double elimination losers bracket.
I'm not wearing this shit.
Yeah, no. And I was like, here you go. And he was like, seriously? I'm like, yes. I don't. Like, why do we have a pewter? I didn't know pewter was a word. So you have gold bracket. That's 4 teams. Silver bracket. It's 4 more teams. That's 5 through 8. You have bronze bracket, which is 9 through 12, and then some tournaments have a pewter bracket. Now what they're starting to do down here, because the Myrtle Beach Pelicans are here and all that, is if you have even more than like 20 teams, like they'll have a Pelican bracket, a beach bracket. So now your team that came in 29th gets a championship trophy. And the team that came in 3rd out of everybody didn't get shit.
Which you shouldn't anyway. Only first should.
Dude, I grew up in a time where we won a lot of trophies, and I was a trophy guy because we always came in 1st or 2nd.
Yeah. Like
Carolina Thunderhawks, shout out Bubs, everybody. Like, rest in peace, Lil Wayne. Like, Wayne Shoemate was my dude. Devin Burchett, he's up here climbing daggone, what do you call them? Lineman. He climbs up on them towers and stuff now, doing electrical stuff. Like, all our dudes. Andrew Hunt, big stud lefty pitcher we had. Joey, he was a big first baseman we had. Like, we won. We probably played 40 tournaments together. We probably came in first place, like 33 of them. The rest of them we came in 2nd. And we came in, not the rest of them, we had like 2 or 3. One of them we came in national tournament. We came in like 14th. We was 2 wins away from, and something happened. We just had a weird inning.
Yeah.
Got away from us, and we left on a week trip to Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We left after a week trip with no hardware. You think we bitch about that? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't deserve anything.
No, and it's fine if you don't get a trophy. It's fine, dude. I don't know. So let's end it up here, man. Super glad you were able to be on.
For sure. Hopefully, next time we won't have 3 takes. And
fertilizer.
Yeah. For sure. Fertilizer, yes. Like we'll probably end up.
The next time will definitely be a lot. More.
Well, when you guys see Tucker outtake, y'all have to listen to this, because I may even put it on the Instagram and Twitter tonight, because it was so damn funny, dude. It's not even close to anything. Oh, last thing I want to say was Saturday you're doing something down in Georgetown, and this will be up tonight on YouTube. So share this shit on Facebook tonight. Make sure everybody listens. Make sure go ahead and put on there to listen to the 1.5 mark, so you guys can you can tell them you're doing something baseball related. The guy can't walk. He can't do much. Before that, let's go back. What are you doing next year? What are you doing in the fall? Like, so you're done with USCA. You're not going to play there no more. The coach, I think we skipped over the whole coaching tweet thing, right? So you tweeted him. He tweeted back.
I didn't tweet at him.
You just tweeted.
I just
tweeted. He tweeted back at you.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I guess back to the positive. He didn't like how positive I was.
There you go. It was all positive, right? So, and then I loved your response back was, you were never a clown in the dugout, because a lot of guys are clowns.
Yeah.
And if I ever called you a clown,
Well, it was funny because they didn't let me in the dugout.
Wait, rewind.
Yeah, they didn't let me in the dugout. Like I wasn't even a red shirt. Like I just waited.
So were you even on the team? Like what the?
Like I got the shirts and stuff. Yeah, they boned me pretty hard.
So you're plan moving forward
is to go
finish your schooling.
Yeah, I have to finish an associate's degree to be eligible for the spring, and I'm going to go to Concord University.
Sweet. Shout out Concord. I better get a shirt or something.
A shirt?
A shirt, hat, something, dog. For sure. That's dope. So Saturday, so you're going to be around the rest of the fall. You guys will hear a lot of Tucker, a lot of Lester. You haven't heard a lot of Lester tonight. He's still chilling here.
I'm still chilling.
He's still chilling. He's right here. So going into Saturday, right? I saw on Facebook today that you're going to do a camp, or what? What do you?
Not a camp. It's just to make a little bit of extra money. Just like 6 lessons, 30 minutes apiece, for only $15, just from 9 to 11 on Saturday at Mike Johnson Park.
Sweet, Mike. That's a cool park. If anybody out there is ever in this area that gets to go by there,
yeah,
it's in the armpit of
Georgetown,
what I guess would probably be the armpit of South Carolina. But no, it's not. It's not. But
beautiful place.
It is, dude. It's sick, man. I love the. It's like an old football stadium or something, like the bleachers in the center field.
It's like a Negro League field too.
It is.
Yeah, it used to be a Negro League field.
Did it really?
Yep.
It was a neat. Oh.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, Lester.
So it really was an old Negro League field?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. I never knew that. So
yeah, like the dugouts are like below the field level. Like when you're in the dugout, you have to like look up.
Right. Because that's what dugouts are. You ever thought about that?
Because they're dugout.
They're dugout.
Yeah. Let us go.
Let us go. There it is. There it is right there. Let us go. That was the greatest quote of Tucker Perry's life right there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Good. So if anybody out there hears this, obviously I support this guy 100%. Go out.
Add me on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
If you listen to it. My name is Tucker Perry. I'm not, but I got back on.
I hear you.
Business reasons.
So, 21 now.
Yeah.
Big party
scary.
guy?
No, I'm not. I actually. That's. it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I would rather, if like I'm gonna drink or anything, I'd just rather be like at somebody's house, just like 5 people just hanging out,
just chilling.
Yeah.
He says that he has not drank a beer yet tonight with us. So
I gotta drive. Maybe next time.
That's good. Yes.
When Team Mom comes.
Team Mom.
She can be my sober ride.
She is an amazing human being. Follow her on Twitter. Well, once Tucker shares this, hopefully he tags her in it. She's an amazing person. So, all the fans, all the subscribers, will make sure we send you a invitation to the wedding.
Yeah.
For Tucker and Team Mom. Obviously, I'm already the best man, which is not going to happen. But I'll be there. I'll be the guy partying in the back. But no, thanks for listening. Thanks for everything. We're probably all going to laugh right here when we talk about this, but we don't want to laugh at all, just from a funny outtake we had earlier. But Diamond Wizards Baseball, that's what I run. That's what these guys are. That's what we do here, working to achieve a goal, achieve a dream. Shout out to my guy, Jordan Edgerton, Giovanni Thomas, the guys that have worked their tails off and continue going. Shout out to my man, Tucker Perry, right here tonight for coming out and being with us and talking, giving the crazy stories and just talking around the block and off the wall with us. Gervais Syndrome Foundation. Make sure you guys check that out at Cure Gervais. CureDravet at Cure Gervais. Gervais Syndrome on Twitter. They did a lot for us. We had a baseball team last fall that raised a lot of money for them. My niece has Gervais Syndrome, and it's an odd, weird epilepsy disease. But the Purple Hearts, Purple Prayers, everything is, we hope everyone gives everything they can to the foundation, and be with all of us in this crazy time, 2019, this crazy world. Like we said, Nashville Sponge and Friends podcast, life, sports, and love with life. You never know. I'm not going to take it from you, Mike Seander, Michael Studd. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Hug your friends, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them. Sports are crazy. My man Lester over here is a big LeBron guy, and I can't wait to see Zion dunk on him next year.
Can't wait for Taco Tuesday.
You would like to see that?
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Okay, it'd be pretty
It'd be
cool.
like
What'd you say?
Can't wait for Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
I'm gonna get.
I love the first 3 videos.
It's
but
annoying
the next
now.
12 are
Yeah.
annoying. Yeah, just like shut up and dribble. And the love, man, love. Like seriously, I'm the first one to knock your head off, man. But like I've gotten to a point, very thankfully, by God's grace and my family and everything, that the love, one love. I have the tattoo on my right arm. One love. Like just love everybody. Be nice to people. No matter you never know what someone's going through, and be aware. Always spread the suicide awareness hotline. Call. Don't ever think twice. Call. Let them know. Rest in peace, RPM. And Lester, you got anything to say, brother?
No, good first podcast.
First podcast out the way, baby. Say yeah. BP, you got anything to say, dog?
No, I'm good.
No, I ain't got nothing to say. What you got, Tucker? You good, man?
I'm good.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right, brother. Hey, everybody out there, make sure Instagram, Twitter, follow us, love us. We out. 2, 3. Yeah.